Namaste, children. Today we are going to begin with the third unit in mathematics. Okay? I hope you are all very much excited. Shall we begin? In 7th standard, we learned a chapter named algebra, right? There we used to add and subtract algebraic expressions. We had fun activities. We even had some slogans going on in the classroom, right? Good. So, with the same excitement, shall we begin with today's class? First, let us recall the basic concepts. First, tell me what is a term? Any number with a variable, we can call it as a term. Okay, this is called a term. Same way, if there is x, we can call it as a term. Again, if there is alone, a number alone, we can also call that as a term, right? Yes. Now, this x square is the variable here, and whatever the value it has, we call it as a coefficient. So, the coefficient of x square is 2. And suppose if it is like this, what is the coefficient of minus x square? It has minus 1 as its coefficient. Okay, the value carried by the variable is called as a coefficient. Is it clear, children? Now look at this example. 32a square plus 9a square. The variable a square is same in both the terms, so it is called as a like term. Okay, now unlike term. 2x plus 19a. The variable here is x, and in the next term the variable is given as a. That's why we call it as a unlike term. Next one, coefficient. The value of that variable is called as a coefficient. And the next one is numerical expression. What is a numerical expression? It will have only the numbers joined by the basic operations. Clear? Now look at this. 6 minus 2 into 3 will give you some value. We can find out the value directly, right? And this is called as a numerical expression. Now the same numbers along with the variables. Variables means unknown values. That is, starting from a till z, we can give any unknown variable. Okay? Those type of things we call it as a algebraic expression. Now look at this algebraic expression. This 5 is the coefficient of x, and it has two terms. First term is 5x and the second term is minus 3. Okay? Since this minus 3 does not have any variable near it, we can call it as a constant value. Clear, children? Shall we move on? Now, we are going to multiply two algebraic expressions. Okay? Let's begin. 10 rows each with 5 saplings. It means there are going to be 10 rows, and in each row it will be 5 saplings. So what is the total number of saplings I have planted? For this, what we will do? We will directly multiply this 10 and 5, and we will say there are going to be 50 saplings. Clear? This is how we will solve the question, right? Now, look at the next one. I'm going to tell you x rows each with y saplings. Then what we have to do? Same way, you have to multiply the x along with y and say the answer is xy. Since both x and y are unknown, I did not tell you how many rows and how many saplings you are going to plant. It might be any number. Okay? So, to find the value of this unknown, we can multiply and say xy number of saplings will be there. Okay? So, you can directly substitute the value of the rows and the saplings and find the final answer. Next. 2x square plus 5x minus 7 rows into 3y square saplings. Now for expressions like this, what we have to do? You are going to multiply. Same way, this 10 along with 5 you multiplied, and then x with y we multiplied and said xy. Now the question here is, this is one expression and you are going to multiply this with another expression 3y. So directly you are going to multiply. So 3y square will be multiplied with this entire expression. Okay? Shall we see how we are going to multiply algebraic expressions and find the answer? Now, there are few rules to be followed when you are multiplying and dividing algebraic expressions. First, let us see the multiplication rules. We already know when there are two like signs, what we will do for addition? You have to add. Okay, when there are two like signs, you will add and then find the answer whatever number has the bigger number has the sign. If suppose there is -1 plus 10, what you will do? Unlike signs I am having, so we have to subtract and put the sign of the greater number. So the answer will be +9. Okay. Now same way there are a set of rules for multiplication. When two like signs are multiplied, the answer will be plus. Okay, like signs. Now you have to consider if it is the same, we can call it as a like sign. So plus into plus will give you plus. Same way minus into minus will give you plus only. Okay. Then unlike signs, plus and minus, when they are multiplied, the answer will be a -1. And then minus into plus will give you a negative sign. Just remember, if there are two same signs, we have to put plus. If there are two different signs, you have to put minus. Clear? This is an important concept. Only then you can solve. Okay, children? Now, next rule is, we already studied in this. We had a power rule, right? When the bases are same, that is x power m and x power n. When the bases are same, we can add the powers. In multiplication, we can add the powers. Suppose if it is division, we will subtract the powers. Okay, about division, we'll see later. Just keep in mind, when you are multiplying two power values with the same base, you can add the power and write like this. For example, x power 3 into x power 4 will give you x power 3 plus 4. Therefore, you can say x power 7 is the answer. Is it clear? Shall we solve sums? First, multiply a monomial by a monomial. What is a monomial? One single term is called as a monomial. If there are more than two terms, we call it as a polynomial. Also, we learned few other names. When there are two terms, we call it a binomial. 3 terms, trinomial. 4 terms, quadrinomial. Clear? So, above 2, we can call it as a polynomial. Now, in this, we will solve one sum. Shall we solve this third subdivision? Minus 2m square into minus 5m power 3. Okay, you are going to multiply these two terms. That is, we are going to multiply two monomials. How will you multiply? Here minus 2m square is given. Okay. But here minus 5 and m, the whole power 3. So this 3 belongs to both the 5 and the m. Okay. So what we have to do? Minus 5 power 3, and then since it is a multiplication sign, we are using this cross here. That is a product sign. And then m power 3. We are giving this 3 to both the values inside. Okay. Now how you will write the answer? 2m square into minus 5 power 3 will give us 5 5s are 25, and then 25 into 5 will give you 125. Also there are 3 minus signs. Okay. When you are multiplying these two plus minus signs, it will become a plus, and when this plus and minus is multiplied, the answer will be minus. So the answer will be 125 and m power 3. Now we are going to multiply this minus 2 and minus 125. Now two negative values are multiplied. So the answer will become a positive value. Very good. So the answer will be 250. And then there are two variables with same base. So shall we add the powers now? So m power 2 plus 3. So what will be the answer? 250 m power 5 will be the answer. Is this sum clear, children? First, we are going to multiply both the terms, and once you multiply, what is happening? You are giving this power value of 3 to both minus 5 and m. Okay, so minus 5 is written 3 times and m cube. You can also write m into m into m. Okay, and then minus 2m square into, you are multiplying these 3 5s, and the answer is minus 125. Why minus 125? First two minus signs, if you are multiplying, you will get a positive sign. Okay, and then this plus into minus will give you minus. So we are writing minus 125 into m power 3. And then Now we are going to multiply this minus 2 and minus 125. So the answer is 250, and the powers are going to be added now since it has the same base. So 250 m power 2 plus 3, and the answer will be 250 m power 5. Is it clear? Now same way I'll solve another one sum for you, that is the fifth one. Okay, look at this. 2p square q cube comma minus 9pq square. Okay, you are going to multiply this both. First step is to use the multiplication sign and write it. And the next step, you are going to multiply all these three values with the next three value. Okay, so this 2 and minus 9 is first multiplied. And then the same base value, that is p and p square, and p is there. So I am taking it as p power 2 plus 1. Next, q, there are two same bases again, so I am going to add their powers. Q power 3 plus 2. Okay, so the answer will be minus 18, p power 3, and then q power 5. Is it clear? First step, we are going to use the multiplication sign, and the next step, you are going to multiply the first term with the second term. In order to multiply, the constants will be multiplied, that is the number values will be multiplied separately, and then the variables with the same base, you can add the power values and write the answer. Clear, children? Since it is p square and p, we are multiplying and writing it as p power 3. Q cube and q square, when you are multiplying, the answer will become q power 5. Clear? Now, third sum, find the product of the terms. The question is, you are going to find the product, that is, you are going to multiply all the three values and write. Now, let me solve the second subdivision. First, I am going to multiply all the three terms. In order to do that, you have to introduce this multiplication sign in between these three terms. Okay, then I am going to multiply all the numbers separately. Here is there is a 1, right? So I am going to multiply all the numbers separately, and then x basis I am going to take. Here is one x square, and then here one x is there, and the power, if nothing is above the power, we have to assume it as 1. So I am writing 1 here, and then here x square is there, so plus 2. Next, look at the y. First term has y power 1. I am going to write y power 1 plus y power 3, and then plus 3 is written, and then y power 2. So therefore plus 2 is written. Okay. Now you are going to multiply all the numbers. 3 into minus 3 will give us minus 9. And then x power 2 plus 1 plus 2 will give us x power 5. And then y power 1 plus 3 plus 2 will give us y power 6. Is this sum clear, children? So first you have to multiply all the three terms. In order to do that, we are taking all the numbers and multiplying it separately. Then all the base, whatever base is there, you are going to check which base is same so that we can add the powers and write the final answer. Is it clear? Now for homework, we can do all the sums. Whatever I solved here as well as the sums, that is subdivision left, is going to be done as homework. So therefore there will be 3 sums given as homework and 3 classwork sums. Okay, children? Is it clear? Shall we meet in next class? Thank you.